Hello.
Hello, everybody out there.
So are we live?
We're live.
Are we?
Live, but we lost someone.
So, hey,
You
how's
never
everybody out there today? Thanks,
Anybody
everybody.
can hear us.
Give us a thumbs up.
We're live on Mego Corp YouTube, so
Okay,
Okay.
awesome. Great.
There
Well,
you
thanks
check
guys
it.
for all
Looking.
joining us out there.
All right.
On the panel tonight, we got Mr. Kevin Fury, the Don. This man has every Mego action figure you can even imagine, and then some. We were on display at PowerCon. We've got Mego's resident physician, Dr. Mego Paul Clark. Paul, how you doing?
That's sterile.
Mr. Brian Heiler of Mego Museum, Toy Ventures, and Plaid Stallions fame. Brian, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm not bad.
Good to hear. And in the background, working everything, we've got Scotty X. Scott, are you out there? Scott's out there,
He's gone.
locking things down.
Gotta let him go.
Yeah. So Scott will be back with us as well. Tonight, we're just going to run through, Mego Meet PowerCon recap. We're going to show off some hauls and just talk about the event, that sort of thing. We're going to let Dr. Mego chime in again and just, talk about the announcements and the news from Mego Meet PowerCon for anyone who wasn't there to enjoy the event. And then, we'll close it out with some show news and things like that. But, gentlemen, how are you guys doing today?
refreshed.
Refreshed?
Yeah.
Finally, after a week.
Yeah.
It took about a week, but we got there.
It did, didn't it? I'm still recovering. I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of like you because you're on that you feel high of everything that's going on, and then it's like you come back and it's just like getting back into the groove, catching up on things.
I had to eat a lot of fruit and vegetables.
Yeah,
that really helped.
That does.
Yeah.
Sleep too.
Sleep is good.
Yeah, a lot of sleep. So, oh, geez. Gosh, I know it was a lot. I mean, it was fun though. Fun.
I completely. And what's really funny is on Friday, just when I was getting back in groove, a friend of mine from the Mego Museum was in Toronto, and I kind of blew off 3 hours in the afternoon on Friday to hang out with him.
Wow,
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's very cool though. Anything? Did you guys go anywhere cool or see anything neat? Or
we went down to Treehouse Collectibles.
Okay.
It was Rob Chatlin. A lot of people
okay.
know him.
Yeah.
I went down to Treehouse Collectibles, and that's on the Danforth in Toronto, which is really known for good restaurants. So it's a little borough, and it was great.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, that's cool, man. That's good to have some time to yourself.
It was like a smaller, more intimate Mego meet.
There you go. There's Mr. Scott Brown. Scott, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I had some technical difficulties.
Good.
It was difficult, but
now
I'm just trying to find everything.
All right, cool. All right, well, we can get into I know we went together to talk about Mego Meet and PowerCon and just talk about the experience and show off some of the goodies that we got and that sort of stuff. So, Brian, let's start with you, sir. I know you had some things you wanted to show off tonight, and
are we doing the haul stuff tonight?
Yeah, let's do that now. Let's get into it, man.
Okay, yeah, sure. Probably like the number one thing I actually was walking in looking for were Tron.
Very cool.
By Tomy.
Okay.
I've always kind of just dug the style of the figures. I'm not actually a big fan of the movie. I'm more a video game fan.
Yeah.
But I found a full set.
Gotcha.
For about 2 years now, I've been trying to find the figures, and every shop and show I go to, I've come up empty-handed. So it was overdue to get those.
There definitely was a lot of cool stuff there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. Oh God, yes.
Yeah, it was
overwhelming amount of stuff.
Overwhelming, yeah, right.
My friend Ed, he left it in my car, but he picked up a 1940s Superman chalky, like one of those things you'd get at a carnival.
Okay.
And it's bizarre to think that was the prize you got. Like it's
right.
Like the size of a garden gnome. Like they're massive. But
okay.
the design on that thing is amazing, and I couldn't believe it was there.
Yeah. I mean, I saw lots of cool stuff. I mean, I actually had difficulty packing the car to come home. I just came home with more stuff than I did, bought more than anticipated. So
yeah,
that's the beauty of flying.
Yeah, there you go.
Fly, you cannot buy.
You cannot bring it. You cannot buy and bring it with you. Yeah. So
hey, Art.
Yeah, we'll get into some of the stuff I got too, but Anybody else? What else, Brian? I know you found some more cool stuff besides the Tron figures, right?
Oh yeah, no. I did a trade with a friend of mine, Mark Huckabone, and I didn't know this was going to be there, and it just like it's the Denny Fisher Android, which is a really unique toy line. Love the art. I haven't actually taken him out, but I can count on my hands how many box ones I've ever seen in my life.
Hold that back up, Brian, so we can get another look at that.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
Actually, keep it there. Check that out.
Right, there we go.
Expando vision.
Yeah,
awesome, man.
So that's a 12-inch, right?
No, it's like 9 inches tall.
Okay.
And it's just like I love the art on the packaging. The storyline is, of course, like post-apocalyptic.
Awesome. Yeah.
So what year is this?
This is, I think, about 77.
Okay.
And I've off and on collected these, but I always just had Cyborg. And this is the first time I've ever encountered one where it was like, hey, I could own that today and it wouldn't cost me anything.
Yeah, right.
So
they're getting pricey. The Dennis Fisher stuff is getting pricier and pricier.
Yeah,
it was the Takara stuff that was like sky high, and the Dennis Fisher stuff is starting to approach those prices.
Yeah, that Takara stuff. Oh. Someday.
It's up there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Very.
So, what? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask Kevin what he picked up.
Yeah.
Well, first we got to start with the man who always I clear his table. So we made sure that we were coming home with at least one of these.
There you go. Check that out.
I think most of us picked up one of these.
I forgot.
You forgot.
But I have one because Ed left it in my car. So technically I've got one right now, but yeah.
There you go.
I think Paul sold out like the first day or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes. And then was walking around the next 2 days like, I have nothing to sell.
Yeah, he kept telling me that.
I go, sorry, man. At least, have fun.
That's not the worst thing in the world, though,
Exactly. But whoever knows Paul knows he does amazing stuff. He made the female time traveler.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
Picked up one of those too.
That's cool. I didn't see that.
Yeah. From the, I don't think he didn't have many of those either.
They didn't last long.
From the Super Joe table, we picked up the Yeti.
Yep.
They're doing some cool stuff over
there. That was one that I wanted.
I grabbed a couple of those. I mean,
you grabbed a couple, yeah.
Yeah.
That was they're doing some nice stuff. And I don't know, were you able to get the video?
Who, me?
Yeah, you got the video?
Man, you
we got a 15 if it works, we got a 15-second video. We picked up a parachute from Super Joe.
Okay.
And we made sure before I purchased it, we tested that sucker out. And if we got 14 seconds, Scott's got the video, no?
Yes, Scott does have the video. Scott also has to figure out how to get all that set up. So I'll tell you what.
All right. Well,
don't worry. If you don't have the video, I can tell them where to find it online.
No. I do have it. And I want to show it because I've got. Why is this guy's message still here? No offense, Joseph Smith, but I'm trying to get your message off the thing.
Yeah, that's been there for a while. And I was trying to figure out what it referenced.
It doesn't. That's the beauty of it.
Secret code or something.
Although maybe that's a battle cry.
Right?
You got to.
I like it, man. I like it.
You want the screen accurate?
I think I found it. Yes.
There you go. You got it?
Yes. Well, it's gone. So.
All right.
Now, Kevin video. Okay, I'll tell you what. So as you guys are talking, I'll put them on, but they'll be a little bit out of context, but you get to see them because I've got something from Mr. Heiler.
Yep.
That doesn't have to be now.
Yeah, cool. But why? See, you messed me up with that healer because I wind up correcting people who should know better. Well, Brian Healer, it's Heiler. How can you not know the pronunciation? So you spelled it healer.
Oh, I do that. Because I'm kind of just going with the grain. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah. Gotcha. What you got in your hand, Kevin? What is that?
I was slow on the pre-order. I could swear I had sent it to Frank, but I did not send my list. But thankfully, he did have a couple of these.
That's the backwards variant. Nice.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Great figure. Great figure. Yeah. If you can find them, it's a must pick up.
It's one of my favorites.
I actually got to see some World's Greatest Superheroes at retail on my way home.
Nice.
Oh, good.
I found an Aquaman and a Green Lantern in Angola, New York.
Very cool. Cool.
Angola is known for their Aquaman.
Walmarts are weird. You go to one and it's the worst thing you've ever been in, and then you go to the other one and it's like, am I in the White House?
And even worse.
The one in Angola was like, it just doesn't even look like a Walmart. Like it's like a big house, and it's like, I found the whole thing kind of like the differences in those was very interesting as you went along the road. And of course, the nicest one had the Megos.
It's
welcome to our struggle.
It varies from store to store.
Mm.
I picked up Laser Mego's Invisible Jet. I was lucky enough to grab one of Mr. Kevin Fiore's Action Jackson Astronauts, which is a phenomenal piece. Dude, I love it. I did pick up a couple of things from Scott, Mr. Scott. Yeah. One of the things is this little gem here, which I remember picking these guys up at Woolworths about circa 1983.
Yeah, Toys and Wheels was where I found those.
Yeah. You went for it just for the ape knife.
I remember trying to figure out what this small Mego was. I knew it was a Mego, but why was it shorter?
Yeah.
And it drove me mental, and I never got the answer.
Is that cool?
That's funny.
Cool.
Really?
Same thing here.
The infantryman?
Yeah. Yep. That would be the
Brian. You know the answer.
I'm being sardonic.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Sorry, I don't have a sarcasm filter on.
Oh, okay.
My family's not here.
Oh, what happened?
I didn't get a chance to go through that Ben. I wanted to. But...
No.
You know what? There was actually there's a lot of stuff I forgot to pick up. You put a Post-it note on it, and you like I left my copy of Ballbuster at the show. I mean that was a sin.
Did you really?
I really wanted to play that.
What happened to it?
It's at Steve Moore's house.
Okay. Okay. I thought I was going to say you left it at
He's ballbusting as we speak.
Yeah. But that was the one of the things that I wanted to pick up. There was Brent did a Slee stack.
Oh, yeah.
He also had the first Lion Rock I ever bought, which was the fighter pilot.
Okay.
And it was like,
oh, those are mine.
Oh, were they? Yeah, I was going to buy that. And then I was like, I don't know. I saw something shiny. I'm not sure what happened.
Those are, but that's, you know what? Because I saw you gave me a lot of airtime in your video. That all that vintage Mego, that was all mine. Brent.
Oh yeah, because you were next door.
Oh well.
Let's face it, it's convenience.
Yeah. Well, what would happen is I would start to do footage, and then I'd run into somebody. Like it just something would happen that would distract me. So, yeah, I'm not surprised it's a lot of your booth because I that's as far as I would get. And then something would happen. Yeah.
Speaking of distractions, I just got to tell you, I remembered on Tuesday about your panel. I was like, shit, totally.
Oh, man. It was...
and then I thought, like, oh, well, he didn't do one because I didn't hear about it. But then through the magic of Facebook, and it took a while for my stuff to get caught up, and there was your panel. I am very sorry. My intention was...
I didn't know. I'm cool. We had a nice turnout. That was a really great panel. Andrew Koval just said Marty's reaction to seeing the box Ballbuster game was one of my favorite things outside of the show. Yeah, I brought it over to him. I was like, what I bought. He was so happy to see it.
Really?
That's great.
Well, he said to me, I named that.
That's funny. Yeah, he did.
I was like, I know.
Really? Oh. I mean, I had to get past him, but I don't know if do you really name it that?
I don't know.
We should make a game called Ballbuster.
Right.
It's probably. I wonder what the original name was going to be.
Yeah, right.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
we can't say it on there.
That's right. Yeah, my mother wouldn't like it if I talk like that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh God. It was such a great time, man. I mean, I had a great time. It was just hanging out with everybody.
Without the back pain, I would have been dancing.
Yeah. And I commend you, even with I know what it's like with the back pain. You were a trooper. So
I had to.
Yeah.
I think I lost weight.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I definitely didn't lose weight. Oh,
God.
dang.
You want my leftover pizza?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Every time I go somewhere, there's Kevin with pizza or Marlene with pizza.
And cannolis too. Thank you,
Not
Kevin.
the cannolis and the rainbow cookies. Yeah.
Sunday mid-afternoons, my friend handed me a slice of pizza, and I equate that to how I survived the next 3 hours, because that was just the greatest pizza I've ever had in my life.
Hey, so like I said, some things are going to be a little bit out of order.
That's
so
cool. Here's Scott Fiore showing us Steve Stovall's
I've met him.
parachute creation. And 3, 2, 1.
Parachute test number 3. Action Jackson. Nice. Hey, all right, that worked. Now go get him.
No respect. No respect at all.
I love parachuting action figures.
Yeah, it's just something about that, man. Just from the GI
simple, like
people to the everything.
Just like
I think the Fisher Price one was the Adventure People was probably the most perfect, because you could fit the entire thing in the palm of your hand and throw it like a ball.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It was
somebody just commented. I think Chris Thornsbury commented that it was hot at PowerCon. It was that was a hot Saturday.
Yeah, but you know what? It was freezing once you left the hall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't. So that's my problem.
Well, those who did were like, nah.
Sunday.
I know there was a lot of anime kids that were very comfortable.
Sunday they made it a meat locker though. It was a meat locker on Sunday.
It was cold in there. Yeah.
Oh, I loved that. Yeah, I'm that guy.
You're used to cold.
Yeah,
right.
I should have brought a shawl.
Yeah.
I was in my element.
But yeah, Saturday, man, worked up a sweat. It was like nonstop. Just.
I was like, there's a couple pictures of me that people have shown me, like when we got together for pictures, and on Saturday, I kind of looked like I was just interrogated for hours and hours. Like I just had that.
Weren't you? Yeah. Really?
Kind of, but in the most polite and friendly way,
About a subject you like to talk about.
Yeah, it wasn't really. I wouldn't call it
a Spanish Inquisition of your choice.
But I just looked like I'd been worked over, and it was just the heat of the place and the crowds, I guess.
Crowds, that's it.
Yeah.
But it was nice to have crowds.
Yeah. Very
nice to see a well-attended show.
You don't want the latter, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, no, that I trust me, I've done it.
In the late 90s, I was doing shows that were pretty much sparse.
I do trade shows professionally.
Yeah.
And trust me, I've been to some doozies,
You're like, did they actually open?
Yeah, right.
There was a gift show once where the woman across from us was crying because nobody was there, and this had like doomed her business. It's just like, sorry.
You can always tell if the vendors are the ones walking around that
And I've made lifelong friends from terrible trade shows.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yep.
Meeting Huckabone. I met him before, but I didn't meet him like I met him this time because I met him before. He was sitting down, had a hat on. He was actually very calm. This time he came up and all I know is there's this guy in front of me with my rookie's police car going, "Hey, what? How much want?" And I'm trying to, and I'm getting nervous. And
nervous that he's going to drop it.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was, and he put that down, and he picked up the emergency Squad 51.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was into those. Yeah.
Yeah, and well, he wound up buying them, but so he asked me. He goes, well, how much you want for this? And I gave him the price. He goes, well, what's the last, well, what were you take on it? And I gave him the same price again. And, so I didn't budge at all. I didn't know who it was. And then with the emergency truck, the same thing. Oh, and then he I'll be back. And he walks away. And then when I left, there's the guys, the plastic, what was it? The plastic guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Todd.
The
guy goes, he goes, man, he goes, wow, man, that was Mark Huckabee. And I'm like, who? I'm like, the guy that was here. I'm like, really? So he goes, yeah, man, I can't believe you did him like that. I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, I didn't know he was. Yeah, but still.
Like that.
So
it doesn't matter. His money's
make
free.
the price
Exactly.
Well, no, but I'm just saying because
my run-in with him was out of a movie this time because he doesn't show up at the start of a show ever. You just don't know when he's going to arrive, and he was sending me weird texts saying, can you cover my table? And I'm like, I don't know where your table is, dude. But that's our relationship. But I had to really had to go to the bathroom, and I'd been talking to somebody, and I got away, and I broke away, and as I'm kind of walking down, I'm like, I don't remember seeing those micronauts, and the way my eyes moved up the table to his face was like, oh. And he was happy to see me and telling me stuff, and I had to wait for a break, and my first words to him were, I have to pee. And I just left.
Hey, how you doing? I gotta pee. Hold
on. At the end of the run, so now he wound up buying those things and a couple other things, but he was like, I hate to say it, but it was just, he was like, we're like the same type of characters. Like, hey, and I'm like, hey, so we're like, So now I've got like an instant Mego evaluator. Here, take my picture. Here's my phone number. And call me anytime. I'll, I can. And he tells me stories about how he figured out he was driving and somebody said, hey, is this legit? And even when I was driving, I touched the label. I could tell that. I'm like, okay. Right. Awesome. So now I got a good pal. So that was actually a highlight. I don't know why I said that out of context, but it was just something pretty neat. I'm trying to get to these comments.
To make a friend.
Hey,
yes,
man.
Yes, absolutely.
I thought it was cool. We had the Mego suite after hours stuff, and we had all kinds of guests and people show up. It was cool.
Yeah.
Actually, that fella that had prototypes or something.
Yeah.
But he and I know a guy in common.
Okay.
It was almost like therapy.
Okay.
Oh. He knows a lot of guys.
But
right.
He was like, yeah, and he didn't deliver this for months. I go, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So
that's funny, man. Yeah, it was a lot of cool stuff. A lot of
I got quite an education in the Mego suite this weekend.
Oh yeah, that was right.
That was really cool. The Mego suite.
Yeah.
That on a t-shirt.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying. No, I got these. I got.
Oh yeah, the
whole thing of buttons.
Those were cool.
Yep.
I mean, I got that, which I left in the living room, the Spider-Man utility belt.
Oh yeah.
So that's actually the one. I think that's the one thing that I bought, or besides all the,
Remco,
Super Joe stuff, and
gotcha.
Every what's his name stuff, and of course, I had to get this.
Yeah, that Jason, did you?
Huh? Oh,
I bought one.
Jason. I literally bought one of everything he had. And then when it rang up, I was like, "Oh, okay, I need to sell some stuff," and I did. So
I didn't actually bring any Turas other than just one for the table because I just was like, "You do it." To Jason.
Did you fly?
No, I drove, but
really?
You still have to pick your battles with driving, and I had a lovely 2-hour session at the American border that was relaxing,
They were so nice to you.
Reinvigorating,
Customs agents have cold hands.
Oh my goodness. Those gentlemen really wanted to find something. And I also figured out
they found the jewels.
Well, I figured out two things. One was They don't understand toy collecting at all. Like they just assume like I'm never not going to bring my
exactly
golf clubs.
Yeah.
Every time I go across the border. But the other thing was, I was traveling with an American, and when we walked in the door, he said, "What do you got?" And I said stuff. My friend started saying, "I don't care what you have. You're an American." And it was like all we had to do was anything I was worried about crossing the border with was to give to him. Like there wasn't anything like obviously I got through, and it was just, but oh man, did they think I was up to something? And I really wasn't.
Action figures? They're like, really?
Come
on.
Yeah. It ruined their day.
It's absolutely ridiculous. You can smuggle a caravan of contraband across the border into Canada, but you can't get out carrying a plastic helmet. It's ridiculous.
You know what's funny is the guy on the way in was just like, I don't care, and we were across the border in about 25 seconds.
It was almost quitting time for him.
Yeah,
like,
and you know what? That's usually the case. Like they don't care. They're not looking for us, and like I mean, like before I got to Mego Meet, my friend Corey gave me we met in Erie. And he gave me a Gore King of the Terrans in the box, and that was like hanging out of the window as we went like across the border. It's just like
open the box. I can't. It's mint.
Yeah,
right.
I got Tonka trucks and like all kinds of stuff. It's just like we look like what we are.
Yeah. Scott, what did you have in your hands there? You were going to show something else?
Oh, yeah. I'm actually out of context with myself, which is not unusual, I guess. So this is the start of something, the rabbit hole of all rabbit holes. But he's not in the box, you say. I know, because he's right here. So the initial attraction was because the last G.I. Joe, I put a little band on there so I couldn't open it, that I had as a kid, of course, was the super muscle body with the Eagle Eye Joe.
Yeah.
And the best thing, or one of the
wait, are those Eagle Eyed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know those Eagle Eyes.
That never gelled with me. That one was like
he's just paranoid.
It's just weird.
Yeah, right.
He's wired.
He's wired.
Yeah, I think in a television arts class I took in high school, we had one of those, and we were making him like paranoid for a video.
He's too much caffeine, Joe.
Yeah. But
dude,
I love the futuristic Falcons. There's about 4 figures there that are just like.
Yeah,
why didn't Hasbro just try something?
Yeah.
Like this,
Yeah, really.
So I didn't know that the Falcon guy was the guy that I know that lives in my state. So
watch out. That's a rabbit hole now.
Oh, he already knows I'm coming.
Yep.
I think I'm finally done. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna give some of those away tonight.
Hey,
awesome.
I ordered the T-shirts.
What's that?
I ordered the T-shirts.
Oh, great.
So did I.
I need one too. So
we gotta have a T-shirt every year.
Yeah.
On the way to the Bronx.
Yeah.
You guys, I had these made up.
Yeah.
For you guys, and 2 of them arrived the day that we left, and the rest of them will be, well, truth be told, the rest of them still to be made. But I have an outstanding order. But these were supposed to be the samples that promised to get there on time. I get on time for you. I do. Yeah. Well, guess what? He did not. So But I'm still going to get the rest anyway.
Yeah,
so
I left them upstairs, but Bobby Horn was he was supposed to send me something, and but he was gracious enough to make some glove stickers. So I guess we'll try. We'll bring those next year. So we'll hand them out.
Very cool.
We'll figure a way to get those to people.
That's awesome.
I did come home with 2 new Estrella Falcon Joes as well.
Did you?
You got?
Did you pick up? I think I saw one of them.
I got the one set with the raft and the backpack with the one guy who's wearing just like the T-shirt.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah,
that one. And then I got the new one. It's a firefighter. It was like a firefighter with like a a pilot helmet, but with like the oxygen mask, with like the tanks and stuff. That was cool.
Oh, that's great. I just noticed, like I pointed it out on the site that they did like a samurai warrior, and
they did. Yeah,
they're doing some fun stuff.
I've got that one.
These two are next.
Yeah.
Falcon is
I've got both those.
What's that?
Is Falcon an Italian company?
Brazilian.
Brazilian. And the company is called Estrela.
Yeah.
Falcon is their name for G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And that, like, instead of the adventure teams, it's actually commandos.
But everything else is, I mean, even the tags. But what I don't understand.
Yeah.
What year is this new?
That's probably from about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
No stuff. Great.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes the PG rating.
Yeah.
I said stuff.
They're still cranking them out too, man.
That's
awesome, and apparently, like somebody I know asked a person at Hasbro about it, and they said, "Oh, we just look the other way on that stuff."
Yeah, don't tip off Hasbro.
So yeah, but I guess because it doesn't have anything that says Joe in it,
no.
So they're not.
It looks exactly the same, but you know.
Hey.
I don't know. Hasbro doesn't really know how to deal with the old 12-inch G.I. Joe.
Nah.
They don't like.
They don't.
They've done some interesting. What's that?
They don't want to piss off the fan base.
Yeah.
Speaking of Super Joe,
pretty old.
This is Steve.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
The Carrot Kid is. Let me turn. Why is this even on? So this is the second. The Muhammad Ali boxing
like a
ring.
little,
Is,
it's a poke at that.
So he's well. That's he's. I think I was told that's what the next figures were supposed to be.
There was like Lightning Lefty and the Carrot Kid and all these kind of thuggy looking guys that would still be on store shelves today.
So if that's not cool enough for anybody out there that's not doesn't know about these.
Oh yeah, I got a Darkon.
Yeah.
I actually I have yet to
there you go.
I mean I'm still way not done with these, and he's got more to go, and plus the parachute and then the little the abominable dude
stuff. I like the niche stuff.
They're great. They're great.
And so real quick, because this is a Mego thing, and we got to keep it Mego, but we were kind of like out of our realm. I do have to say this for those who are like me, and they just like stuff because it's stuff. So McFarland was there, or representatives of. They had 3 tractor trailer fulls of product that they gave away, and the way it would work is all you had to do is pick a card. If you were capable of picking a card, you would win stuff.
I didn't win anything.
Well, nothing says we're doing well, like give it away.
Yeah, but you know what? Who cares? Because
pick a number and give it away.
When you get stuff, I mean, this is so cool. It's not even funny. Garage, this is a $50 figure, right?
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Well, actually, Grod is at my Walmart.
If anything, it made me really glad we didn't go to production with Black Adam.
Yeah, right.
When they're handing it out for free.
They had stacks and stacks of those bad boys.
Well, it was funny because a friend of mine came back with one of those Black Adam face things, like the wall, and I was like, "Why in God's earth did you buy it?" And he's like, "No, they just gave it to me."
They gave them. They are giving up on even discounting.
And the one thing I got out of that was Paul Clare got a Dr. Fate from the video game,
the Black Adam movie. Really?
No, I think it was the video game.
Really? Injustice?
Yeah, Injustice. And my son's a huge fan of Injustice and Dr. Fate. So, it went home to him, and that's great.
I think I saw Chuck Gregory in the line like 5.
Steve Moore once said to me, "Hey, I just have to go to the bathroom."
I didn't know who was the line.
I saw him in the line.
Scott or Chuck Gregory.
Chuck believes in if it's cheap, I'm in.
Oh yeah.
I went once a day. I'm not ashamed of it, but I did donate all the stuff that I didn't want. Well, I guess I shouldn't say it like that. To the custom contest.
There was an Avatar heavy
Which is those are cool too. I mean, that's not my thing, but you know.
No.
Right.
I did pick up one vintage Mego that I was hoping to find, which was
nice
little microdot. He's a little jingly jangly, but I'm surprising how many of these I'm missing ever since I moved. I thought I had a full set.
Did they time travel?
Well, they may have.
No,
I don't know if it would be.
They're in a box somewhere. You'll find them. And the joy will be great.
It's been
the day you
7 years.
Let me ask you guys, as far as what you guys think of that ape fortress that we had on display?
Oh, I love that. Very nice.
Yeah.
So shame is, I don't know if it could be translated to production.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of things Rob's does that.
Yeah.
They look really nice, but it's like you realize that the amount of work you put in will never be able to be translated.
That was it's a gorgeous piece though. It was it's awesome. But a lot of people came by and stopped and were taking pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of people asking for pictures online as well. They're like, anybody get a good picture of it?
Yeah, I got a couple. I'll
post when you put it at a booth, it says Mego Corp.
Yeah.
They're like, are you making that?
Yeah, of course.
When? Yeah. It's cool to gauge interest though on stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's interest, but not enough that amounts to
Yeah.
So if you look on your screen,
there you go.
Oh yeah.
So that is
it's Rob Leach's work.
Yep. And I thought it was tremendous. He obviously copied the traditional Mego fortress, even the jail, but he made
even the mirror.
Yeah.
Even the mirror,
reflective piece at the top.
Sun. Yep. So it's it was really awesome. It really, really, really was.
What was it made out of craft foam, Frank?
It was actually made out of craft foam. He hand sculpted each wall, and then he glued them together and he airbrushed them to give them that weathered look.
Yep.
So you can see up a little bit closer, and I can move it over.
He's the same guy who did the Mission to Game of Six play set we had on display at Trek Long Island earlier.
Oh, to see, I wish you would have brought that one because I didn't see that one.
And he did the Guardian of Forever.
Correct. Yep.
Oh, very.
Is that the Etsy guy? No.
No.
Rob Leach is a guy that did work for Hasbro.
Yep.
And he's in the Rhode Island area.
Yeah.
Massachusetts. And the stuff is nice, but it just doesn't translate.
Well, I'll bring my
send that to a factory, and they're going to be like, it's going to cost $100.
Yeah.
Really? Even like they wouldn't deal with craft foam,
or even just like plastic. You can make.
What's this? What do we got? Every picture you ever took?
Every picture.
No, but we do.
Please, I hope there's no nudes in there.
This is packing the car for Mego Meet, coming home from Mego Meet.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. No, man, this is
please spare us.
This is a montage of.
Oh, I'm sitting there clicking on the picture. Nothing's happening.
Spocknoculars.
Yeah, right.
Clicking on the wrong picture. So if you do that, okay. So now you should see
reality.
Yep.
Oh, are we back to reality?
No. I'm looking at.
We're still looking at
every
your.
picture you ever took.
We're looking at your
back of your truck.
This is just. No, well, this is just the pictures. Oh, we don't want to download.
This is raining on I-95.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Welcome to my world. So
there you go.
Well, I'm glad you guys are happy about it, but I can't find the screen.
Yeah.
Hey, it's here somewhere.
Lots of cool stuff, man. I mean, I know I said it before, but I had a great time. It was just.
So is Val announced when next year's is?
I think he did. It's later in the month though.
I mean, if he's handing out flyers that say book your table next year.
Yeah. I think he has a date. I'm not sure the date. I think it's later in the month though for August.
That's what I thought I saw.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
Listen, the funny thing was, juxtaposed of McFarlane giving away merchandise, you had 4 horsemen who had people lined up.
Oh yeah,
to buy their
on the block for that stuff. Yeah,
with wagons.
And they've done a lot of cool work with Mattel in the 6-inch DC universe.
Yeah.
So I'm really thrilled to see them doing public domain of their own creation of their mythic legions.
I think what they do is I think they actually have new product drops specifically at certain shows. And I think people come there.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
They were bringing it, and that stuff is like it's not my world, but I get why people would like that. It's
everything's interchangeable. Yep.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I think they were handling their own exclusives as well.
Yeah.
So if you bought their exclusive, you had to go to them and not to the toy meeting. So yeah.
These guys worked for Mattel in 2009.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're McFarlane's old guys too.
Yep. Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
I didn't know where they went after Mattel. They
were.
I think
they're very nice guys.
Behind the 6-inch DC Universe.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that was after their split from McFarlane, I think. But they've been around for a long time.
Yep.
Because you used to read about them in the in Toy Fair back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Two of them bought my book last week, and I knew who they were. You know what I mean? Like it was like, oh yeah, I read those names.
I met him on a panel, and I couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
The one guy, his name escapes me. He's a huge Mego guy. He's a huge Mego fan.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I met him in 2009 at San Diego. We were on a panel with Mattel, and the guy came up to me. He's like, "I really love Mego," and I'm like, "Me too."
Yeah. But it was great, man. I can't wait for the next one. Really can't.
Yeah. No. That was. I'm sorry, but it
was great.
That show was awesome, even with my back pain. I still was happy to be there.
Now I know why you got two tables.
Cool. Yeah, sorry.
Yep. I said now I understood why you got two tables because you had
Val gave me one for free, and I felt I should buy one.
There you go. Well, that was nice.
Just because he was nice enough to fly me in and put me up at the hotel, I need to give him some money. Yeah. And I thought if somebody needed an extra table, I'd give it up. Gotcha. But then I said, the heck with that. I'm taking both of them.
No, I mean, you did it right because you were kind of like right in the middle and you had like a little area where people can go and sit down and talk with you. I thought you did it well.
I had to sit. I couldn't stand. So I set it up to be an open concept so people could hang out.
There you go. It was too. It was cool.
I could not stand.
There you go.
I didn't realize until late the first night in the Mego suite that the woman that was showing interest in all the stuff was Noelle, and she's right beside me the whole day. I didn't recognize her. I didn't recognize her. She's a friend of ours. Somebody
a friend of mine. Yeah. She's set up a couple of Mego meets.
But sometimes
you just don't. The avatars and the. I ran into somebody I know through Facebook, and we started talking, and then I found out he'd been on the Mego Museum forums for like 20 years. But I didn't.
People that use a fake name really.
I didn't put the the screen name to the person, but I just knew I knew him because we were friends on Facebook, and it's like, oh wow, we go a long way back.
Yeah.
And you just forget about these things sometimes.
That was a really cool part of the show, just being able to put faces with names that people you've spoken with,
Oh yeah,
hundreds of times.
Absolutely,
that was cool.
A lot of new people I met. First time this year.
A lot of new people and a lot of people I've just never met before.
Yeah,
right.
It's cool. Like Tom King, I'd never met.
Oh
Tom
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was
nice meeting him, and cool. DJ for sure.
Oh yeah.
Tom King comes up to me without warning and gives me a hug.
He's a hugger.
I'm like, I
got a warning. I was okay with it.
I'm Irish. I'm uncomfortable. Yeah. You're touching me.
I'm Scottish, Irish, and German. You don't have a case.
He might have. Yeah, I was going to just say he's like a big Indian, and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's probably going to just, squeeze the pain away.
Yeah. I've never seen him in person either. So
Oh, you didn't? Yeah.
I was freaked out that someone was touching me. And he's like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know. Who are you? Why are you touching me?"
Yeah, it was cool to meet Andy too in person. That was,
Well, Andy, at least I know. I said to him, "What's with the big Old Testament beard?" I said, "You didn't used to look like this."
Okay.
What is Nebraska doing to you?
The first time I met Andy, I was dressed as Action Jackson and was drunk.
So
and
is
he's
he.
totally cool with that.
And he's like,
First time I met
Brian?
Andy was in a mall in New Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he hadn't even sculpted anything.
No.
He's like, I'm thinking about learning sculpting.
Yeah.
I go, good. We could use
that. Was like when he said, "Yeah." He said, I taught myself how to 3D sculpt." I was like, "Okay."
Because I told him, I said, we're moving to 3D.
Yeah.
We're going to transition everybody over to 3D.
Right.
No more physical sculpts. He's like, well, I guess I better learn it then.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you better.
It's amazing.
And I was joking.
He's amazing.
And 2 weeks later, he's like, okay, I sculpted this digitally. He said, okay. Andy is the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, he is. He absolutely is.
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool.
Definitely. He sat through our panel. That was nice. Yeah, it's almost said thanks for sitting through that, you know.
Anyone who shows up to a panel at like 3 o'clock on the Sunday of a 3-day show is a superhero.
I know. Yeah.
Hey, thank you guys.
I heard somebody make a snarky. There wasn't too many people in that panel. It's like it is 1 hour till close.
I know, right?
What do you expect?
We're lucky for those people we got, but we thank you guys.
Hey, I'm glad we made it to the panel.
Yeah,
right. That was that. You know, that was enough right there.
So if I had an earlier flight, I would have been out of there.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Quite frankly,
hey, listen. Truth be told, if I could have got to the dock, or if we could have gotten the stuff out of there, I would have been out of there too. Because man, we didn't get home till 4:30 a.m. I was about as grumpy as you could get. I was about ready to strangle the guy next to me.
We couldn't find a hotel room because flaw in my plan. Erie, Pennsylvania is surprisingly busy in July and August.
Right.
Whereas like I do shows in the fall and the spring, and you can pick your room, right? But you know, I didn't realize how bad it was until the morning. In the hotel, there was like 100 kids in the pool, and it was 8.
Right.
You're like, oh god.
Yeah.
Is wow, so long. Oh, that was weird. Oh yeah.
Hey, hopefully, I can make the next Lego meet.
I won't be at Lego meet.
Hey,
when is Lego meet?
It's right after. I think.
Wear shoes.
I think there's one in Charlotte today.
Exactly.
Oh god damn it!
Oh, dude.
So do you want to give away some mitts, Frank?
Sure, man. Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll hold the mitt up. I'll do that part. Somebody else can do the picking of the winners. How many want to give away?
Vanna White.
Why don't we give 10 away this one?
All right.
And then I've got an announcement I want to do after about how I can give away some of these. So
is it a video announcement, Brian? Your announcement?
No, it's just a picture. I sent you a picture.
Okay.
Okay, so let me think of what we can do. The first 10 people to correctly answer this question win a Mego mitt. And you did win, Scott. Yeah, I sent that today. Sorry, that isn't the question. Let me see. What can I do? In the 1975 Mego catalog, they had a toy line about 2 brothers. And it's an action figure line, and all you have to do is correctly name them. The first 10 people to name that.
2 guys.
2 guys. It's
the names of the brothers.
The 2 brothers.
2 brothers.
2 brothers.
That's it.
I dare anybody to answer that question.
Yeah. 1975.
Yeah. Go.
The year right after 1974 and the year right before 1976.
We got one. D Wizard is correct.
No, but he didn't name the brothers.
Oh my god!
I thought they had individual names.
Oh no, that is absolutely the name of the toy.
I know.
The answer is the Dare Brothers. I don't. They didn't
name them individually.
No.
Like Frank and
kidding
Joe?
me? Backstory?
Like Vinny?
Yeah.
Joe?
Yeah, let's see. We've got
I'm trying.
1, 2, 3, 4. The Facebook user I can't read. 5, 6, 7. That's Lonnie. 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're done. Tim McLean is the last one.
All right.
So contact Frank at Absolutely Retro.
Send me your info.
Yeah. And what I was going to say is, I still have a stack of mitts in my garage, and we're not going to sell them. We're going to give them away, but we're doing a acrylic pin for the Mego Museum to pay for our bandwidth. It's something I put together. It's got, I think, a picture of it.
I am
Joe Herbert artwork all around it.
Yeah, well, I just took it from the Heroes World catalog.
I love it.
No.
It looks great.
That actually was just a promo ad. You got that?
I am pulling it up right now, sir. Right now.
Okay, well, this pin, we only did 100 of them, and we sold a bunch at Mego Meet, but we still have lots left.
Cool.
And what it does is it pays for the museum's bandwidth, all the hosting fees, and so 100% of that is going to that. I just wanted to give something back. But what I can do is I'm going to golden ticket, like Wonka this, where like every third person who orders one will get this, because I don't have a lot of them and I can't guarantee them.
Nice.
Yeah.
But like I will be throwing them in the orders because it costs the same to ship without one.
It's nice and light and thin and
flat.
Yeah.
So if you order that pin, which will come up on the museum tomorrow, I'll throw gloves in as many orders as I can and just let them go out there. And cool. I need to make a little logger pen. Well, if you guys saw my video, but
it was pretty cool.
the Chris is working on an article for the magazine, and he brought me. Yeah, I do have it. The toy that I never thought I'd own, which is a little lumberjack for the tub.
Little loggers.
Yeah, I can see where Kenner's brain was on this, because they're like, well, girls love seawees, so how do we make it for the boys? And they thought lumberjacks, because
floaters was already taken.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So I can't, that was not the craziest concept I heard about. I think it was, there's the pin. Yeah, right there. So you do not get the Joe Kubert art. You just get the
very cool.
You get the Chris Franklin art around that. And that's just based on Robin's designs for the Mego Museum. And
excellent.
If you want to support us, we want to give you something back. And cool. Shipping's on. Well, actually, I can't say shipping's on.
So how do we order them?
They will be available in the Plaid Stallion shop tonight.
Okay.
And I'll have
PlaidStallions.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I'll be doing a blog post about it and putting it on the page as well.
I'll buy 50.
Pardon?
I'll buy 50.
Okay. Well, you won't get 50 minutes.
Oh, that was my whole plan.
Yeah, I know. I'm totally aware of the guy getting $50 for one on eBay.
Yeah.
You know, right? Come on, man.
Oh, what can you do?
It's limited to 100. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to be greedy.
How about the custom?
We're just trying to work out the dates, and Steve, who's pretty much the linchpin of Mego Meet, is working it out where we're going to do an online version of it, so everybody gets a chance to bid on this stuff.
Very cool.
And I get a chance to finish some of my customs that I wanted to add to the show. So that's
really nice to see Steve at the show. Being very relaxed.
Oh yeah.
What he was having fun. Not day one, because we were both like, as much as we planned and thought it out. When you're there, you see 5 different things you didn't count on. And the number one thing that, and I haven't, this isn't that important, but there was supposed to be a seating area next to us.
Yeah.
And that was kind of part of our plan, and it didn't show up. And I don't think I really noticed until the end, like mid-Saturday. It's like, oh, that's not there.
I didn't notice the whole time. Now you mentioned, I'm like,
yeah. And then it's like,
a lot of chairs.
Yeah, and it was supposed to have chairs and round tables, and that was really going to factor into our
vibe. Become a lunch area.
Oh wow!
Yeah. But there's no food being served there,
Yeah.
So I think we would have kind of like co-opted part of that and had sit downs, and that didn't work out. Now, very wisely though, and this was beautiful, was Brew and his daughter Lily handled the kids' custom contest, and I remember Steve going, I don't know how that's going to work. Right. And they made it work. Like, first of all, they put a table to the side. Brew started recruiting kids, and it
improvised.
And it was like,
it was great.
If we didn't have him, it wouldn't have worked. And
I think improvise.
The Mego suite worked.
Oh yeah,
because it isn't that hard to figure out. But without an auctioneer, we couldn't do the customs auction justice. And but like, these are all little things that I could see we were missing as a little, like, having a seating area would have really helped with the vibe again, the intimacy of being able to sit and chat, which was what we always did. So there's a few different things I'd like to, if I could get a second chance on that, I would try to do a little differently. But by Saturday, I think we were just comfortable.
People were stopping in the aisles talking.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was great.
Didn't stop anybody.
I couldn't get anywhere for a while.
Yeah,
and like that's
that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. And like my daughter says, she's a cashier, and she's like, I'd rather have a line of people than nothing. And she's right. And so that was fun. I had like a waiting area at one point of people who just wanted to say hi, and I was trying to be meeting. That doesn't happen a lot, and so you got to take advantage of when you're bowling trophy famous.
Yep.
And you did, but I personally thought everybody did an exceptional job.
Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
I don't think I saw anything other than a positive thing. I had like one weird interaction the entire weekend, and that was.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, but I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't see you. You're in my videos more than I think I spoke to you.
You know what? which is why, honestly, that's why the comment yesterday. I was like, Oh, so let me just go ahead and say this. So what happened was my whole plan from a year ago, from working it out with Frank, because I was going to go there and help, do whatever.
Yeah.
At the very last, when we did the GalaxyCon the weekend before, I actually did pretty well, monetarily. I was like, oh, okay. So like, then I kind of,
I'm not helping Frank now.
Well, no, it's not. I kind of,
I believe that's called FU money.
Right? But right before this show, literally my vehicle died the day before, and I knew I was going to shop and get a new vehicle anyway, but I just wasn't ready to do it like this. So at the last minute, Brent's like, well, you got your half a table. Well, I filled that up because I took my half a table, then about 3 tables worth behind him, another improvisation. Mm-hmm. But then selling was going so well that, the mighty dollar kind of, in a way that's good, because now my situation is way handled, which is going to be awesome. I'm going to come out ahead, but at the cost of the sacrifice of hanging out with you guys, and that I can't buy, and I kind of feel sad about that.
I sold out of like the newest magazines like Saturday morning, and then I knew I was done. That's good. Like I knew, like I think everyone here has the first 6 issues, but it worked out, and I just got to chat with people. And the funniest thing is, the only thing I really brought to sell was on the way out. Like the morning I left, I noticed that I had something in my bookshelf, and I pulled it out, and it was the press kit for the toy. The Richard Pryor.
Oh yeah.
And it has that glorious photo of that, the Wonder Wheel shot, but it has like a whole bunch of other shots of Scotty Schwartz and all this stuff.
I was wondering why
I spread that all over my table as stuff sold, because it was just like it was nonsensical, but I could say, well, and just at the end, I'd say the end of the day, Sunday, Mark Huckabee walks by and goes, "Whose is this?" And I was like, "It's yours." And I just handed it to him because he's obsessed with that, like that scene in that movie, and he just lost his mind. And it's like, cool. This is why I brought it.
That's great. That's
very cool.
So, you guys want to talk Marvel?
What? Oh yeah,
there's a segue for you.
It was just
Listen,
thought maybe we were bearing the lead.
Hey, let's
I told Joel we should say that Marty was off his meds.
Oh,
I said,
hey, we're on camera.
Tell him Grandpa's out of his mind. He
can't take that back.
He just blathered out whatever. There's no reality of that.
What a undiscovered country, though.
Sorry, what, Frank? What?
I see. We should have taped our faces when Marty made the announcement. You know what I mean?
All right, somebody did. I
was like,
I looked back at Joe like, so, because I told him before we left the office, I said, Marty's just going to blurt it out.
Yeah.
But he's Marty. He can do whatever he wants.
Yep.
Well, he can do whatever he wants.
That's what he told me in private.
The funny thing was, we were supposed to have the panel at 3 or 3:30.
3:30.
And he's like, listen, I'm taking an earlier flight. I got to get out of here.
I'm not doing the panel.
My wife is having a lot of trouble. Okay. I got to get out of here. So we're like, we'll improvise. We'll just do it we'll do it at the booth with guys around. What annoyed me was, I look around and I'm like, why do I see all these Mego guys not over here?
Yeah.
I'm like, he's talking. This is the man.
I love the one I forget the gentleman's name, but he came up after the
announcement. I know exactly who it is.
He came up and he was like, "Are we gonna get
trend?
Are we gonna get Tick action figures?"
Yeah,
yeah, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're a cosplayer.
But then his follow-up question was even worse. I mean, sorry, buddy. I know you didn't know. Then he found out what he didn't know, but
yeah, right.
Where were you? You know,
it was great though. It was great.
Anyway. Can't say anything.
No.
Can't even hint about anything.
No.
Can't talk about anything.
So stop.
Not even trying, but it is an amazing undiscovered country because
I'm thrilled.
Unlike the DC, there's never been
material.
Yeah,
and never get to say anything.
Yeah.
For the record, I did ask because I mean, Marty. He said you always got something to add. So I did. And I asked, I was clear, and he needed, and he answered clearly back. Are you talking 8-inch? Are you talking? And he's like, yes, I'm talking 8-inch. And then somebody said, something else. So for those who want,
what's your 14-inch?
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is if anybody out there wants more details, Paul's not he's not gonna spill a bean. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But he's gonna Schultz up on you. But if you go back to the actual the reveal that we did Saturday. Yeah. If you go back and you listen to that, there were questions asked at that time that Marty did answer. So, and that's about the best you're going to get. But there's a lot of information out there, and for those of you that could put stuff together, there you go. There's your little dots, and I'll connect them however you must.
What happened was immediately everybody started with the lists.
Oh yeah.
And I know it's the list. We all have the lists,
Yep.
It's great.
Yeah, like Nightcat and NFL.
It has
Super
nothing,
Pro.
Yeah.
Marvel has their own lists.
Right.
I mean, it's exactly as long as it's. I can't believe people are doing that. As long as you make X-Men, we'll be fine, right?
This is what everyone does all the time. This is what we constantly do. And the killer is, I'm waiting for the guy who posts, "Oh, see, I told him to do that." I thought they were listening to me.
I saw one of those posts.
Yeah.
Not even,
wow, really, Marvel, huh? You think?
Yeah. I heard they're kind of popular.
Hard pass.
This is where my sarcasm jumps in, and it's like, really, Marvel? You think?
You
think there's something there? Whatever.
But, how cool is it?
I cannot go into any details about anything.
Tremendous feat.
But I do have a question. What is a hard pass anyway? Because it seems to me a hard pass, that means it's going to be tough to find a receiver. But you're
hard pass is, I'm not going to buy that. That's not what I want.
It just, I know what
you go squirrel girl. That's a hard pass.
But it just doesn't, that's a hard pass. Well, I'm going to throw the ball anyway.
Right?
It's like, okay. Oh, you don't want it? Okay. Like when I came out with the $80 Marvel sets. Well, that's a hard pass. Okay, now what are you paying for them? And I love
Have they gone up in value?
a lot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I really like
The
I
only,
was
the only
content
except for
with
the
what I
second Captain
had.
America set.
Yeah.
You know,
Punisher set,
Punisher set.
100%. Even the
And speaking
Spider-Man
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
yeah, speaking of Paul, where is the booklet for the Punisher set?
There was none.
I know that. What
I
happened?
know. No. It we start doing it, and then somebody at Marvel did not like that we were doing a publication in with a toy,
Wow.
and they said
Wow.
stop doing that.
Those nice
Okay.
guys.
out.
Because we're not going to say anything.
I think
Marvel's
I
great.
got gassed from those earlier because of the custom articles I was writing. I think that if I recall correctly, I had a piece about customs in a couple of them, and then they were gassed because customizing is upsetting to the license holders.
I don't know. No. Seriously, it came from higher up.
Oh, really? Eh?
And it really was just a didn't even look inside it.
Oh,
Don't like the fact you're putting a magazine in with a toy. The powers that be just did not like it.
I look actually I see it. I can see that from just what a difficult situation it was for the get. So happy to say, because of Frank, I sold my Punisher set, but I got one back from him, and that one is not going to be sold. However, the Mego suite depleted me of all my bodies, because all my Type S were in there, every extra, and I was like, man.
Dude, you brought it at the Mego suite, man. I'm telling you.
But you know what? I wound up making money, which I probably
Yes,
should
we
talk
know.
about.
You saw you at dinner counting out money.
No, that wasn't from the Mego suite. That was just from
that was something else.
Whatever. My wife warned me years ago, don't ever count money in front of people.
Well,
some guys, you ever see them at flea markets? They sit there like counting their money out. Like, why are they selling?
I just, to be honest with you, I couldn't wait. But
he was amazed. He was like, "Oh my god!"
I had more than I came with. Wow, that doesn't usually happen. But I thought it was nice because everybody got to dig through it. Whatever. Hey, how much for this? I said, you tell me. And I came out ahead on a couple of things, and a couple of guys, So it was a good practice for the Mego folks. Back to the Mego folks. What do you want to pay for it? And that worked out pretty well for the most part.
Anyway, back to
what else came out at the Mego Meet PowerCon? Paul, something else to talk about.
I don't know.
I
know nothing. No, I got to finally show off the Big Lots set, the variants.
Right.
Now this was, okay, what can we do differently?
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, there's a lot of things you can do differently, but how much time do I have? Do I get to tool anything? Do I get to change anything? No. Okay. So it's got to be fabric.
Right.
So, it was pretty much what can we do quick, to get out to Big Lots. The good news is we never really have exclusives. It's always a first to market.
Right. Okay.
So if Toys R Us in Canada says, "Oh, I like that.
Gotcha.
I like that look," they can order it.
Okay.
And I'm getting there.
Well, they actually have they're already for sale on Walmart.ca, so they're coming to.
I have no idea what that is.
I have
no idea if that's really Walmart Canada or whether that's a third party.
Well, I do because Jason Mars said something to the effect of like, yeah, those will be available December 20th or September 20th.
Okay.
Jason Mars is your distributor.
Is Red Planet.
Yeah.
I only know that because Mars is the Red Planet.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And his dad was.
There's more Jasons in this place.
Yes, Brian. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a ton of Scots.
So that's cool. Okay.
Sorry. I don't know why I said
right. No, I mean, it's really glad because those literally are on a boat.
Right.
So we're really glad to be able to show those off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're neat.
We want to get the news out before they get there.
Tell you, the response to those has been overwhelming. People were asking me if I'm carrying. I'm like, I hope I can carry it because everybody wants them.
Go to Big Lots. Big Lots, and then jack up the price.
No, I'm not gonna.
See, I love when the price gets jacked up. Okay, I love to see people pay more. Because years ago, I was in a meeting with Mattel where they said these should be $30.
Yeah.
And that was 15 years ago.
Right.
So, the idea of a $20 Mego to me is money left on the table.
And that's what they're going to be at Big Lots too, right? $20, same price?
As far as I know, I don't know. I'm only the chimp that knows what everything looks like.
Got you. At
I'm
this
the
point,
house nerd.
Do we know if all Big Lots stores are going to carry them, or is it just going to be certain ones? Or
you think I get that information?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
it goes to the retailer, and how they move in mysterious ways is beyond us.
And we don't know.
I don't know why there's not pillars, pyramids of product at every when you walk into a Walmart.
Right.
But
and we still don't know if it's BigLots.com too either, right? Don't know yet. Okay.
Look at BigLots.com.
I am pulling up that image.
I'm sure somebody will refresh that till it happens.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Obsessive compulsively.
No, I'm not judging.
I think they all look great. To me, my favorite is the Superman. For whatever reason, the Superman just to me.
And isn't that funny? That's nothing but the emblem.
I know.
I think I tried to make the color deeper.
Yeah.
Darker brown or blue, but I don't know if it ever got through.
Right.
Isn't the belt different too?
The belt's different too.
Oh, well, the belt. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll tell you in 1 second.
Dealing with China is like yelling into a tunnel.
Yeah. It's got the red with the yellow belt buckle. It looks really cool.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, we're looking at an eyeball.
And then we there we go. Then we also got to see pics of the latest weight.
Sure are.
Yeah. Now those are prototypes, not production samples.
Right.
Why are we looking at you?
No, we're not. That was a figment of your.
And
all right, goodbye.
He's off screen, but that was cool to be able to show. I mean, after Marty's announcement, to have the Big Lots stuff and the Wave 18 to show on the panel, that was cool because honestly, I didn't know. After that announcement, it was like mic drop.
Hey, that was like Christmas for me.
I
get to be like, "How do you like it now?"
Still waiting for Mrs. Garrett.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Yep.
Well, as a MILF hunter, I have to admit.
Yeah, right.
What? What do you have to admit?
Oh man,
Mrs. Garrett. Ooh.
Yeah. You know what? I came home to a text from my wife saying that the DVR is now full of Facts of Life. Like the station's playing it again, and she's like, "Oh my god," because she's a huge Facts of Life fan. And
let me ask you this, Brian.
Yeah.
Has Doctor Who done any new episodes?
No.
Weren't they supposed to do a bunch of Tenet ones?
Yep. They're coming out in the end of the year.
Okay. All right. So just want to know that I'm not like missing them.
Doctor Who turns 60 this November, and they're going to do a big special. And
okay, thanks. Okay.
And I think one of the reasons that everyone's like wondering is that like Disney Plus is taking over the distribution of it here, and it's like not on any platforms right now.
It's not on BBC.com or BBC.
No, I think it's gone. They yanked it from everything here. I don't know about the United States, but
gotcha.
Wow.
Well, there it is. There's the Superman I was talking about.
If you look at the screen,
yeah,
that
blue does look darker there, Paul.
That blue does look darker, doesn't it?
Yep.
I think it's a nice looking figure.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't want to do that.
Come on, you're killing the money shot.
There you go. I'm sorry.
There you go.
These guys don't get it.
Yeah.
Every time I see a Superman, I zoom right on the emblem.
Yeah.
Oh, and
yeah. I've explained there's been many different emblems, and they look at me like I have 3 heads.
That looks good. That just pops, man. It looks great.
Doesn't it?
I can't wait for that one. Yep.
And, yep. Got anything else?
I sure do. I'm glad you asked.
Where's my Batman?
Oh, wait, there's more.
Where's my Batman at?
Right?
That's another good one.
Oh yeah.
He is coming. Just there. Did I ever tell you about the time that I went down to Georgia? Okay.
With
Batman?
a fiddle? What?
Yes. Sorry guys. This really is taxing to try to get the.
Well, there are. I know Brian.
Anybody wasn't at Mego Meet. The point was, what if
if we need picks.
Mego had put a little more effort into the look.
Yep.
Mego could have done the TV show. There was no, I mean, back then there were no separate rights. It was all just,
right.
You know, you want Batman? Sure, do Batman. They could have done him like the TV show. They could have done the black area around the face.
Yeah.
They could have done the detailing.
Love the belt.
The comic book too. And the emblem is more comic book.
And the cow, look, that's it's a great looking figure, man.
Yeah.
Looks awesome. Looks great. Yep.
It works.
It does.
Thank
absolutely.
You. And you know, the belt is from the Wave 12?
12.
Batman, the one with the old black and gray.
Yeah.
That worked better as the TV show look. So I had the factory do gold with a silver bat just to highlight it.
Yeah.
And then I know everyone's like, "Oh, why does he have oven mitts?" Because I could not say to the factory, "Okay, cut the tops off the mitts, and then paint the hands." In the time we had to get it out the door, that would have been a problem.
Gotcha.
And then Robin, very simple. Just use the Wave 13 Robin belt.
Yeah.
You know, the cape is actually should be removable.
Okay.
For the first time ever. And finally got the yellow lines we always wanted on the tunic.
Right.
Nice.
You know, it's funny, but Mego never did that.
Yeah.
You know, because they put the they put the snap in the front.
Right.
And we always felt like, oh, it'd be great if we had that.
Yeah. It is interesting that they didn't just snap it in the back like so many of the others, but I guess that was what. So Paul, that was technically the second hero that they made. Would you say?
What Robin was was one of the first four.
Right. So that's what
I'm
saying.
They were literally just kind of like slapping them out.
Yeah.
And that was the first one, definitely with the vinyl tunic where the other three.
Yeah, they used a nylon tunic instead of vinyl. Yeah.
Interesting. So so he would have been.
So this actually is a spandex tunic.
Okay.
You know, just like the Wave 13.
Yeah.
But I was not going to put pantyhose on them. I draw the line there.
Right.
Well,
I'm not going to tell the factory to make pantyhose.
And the one prefer hands.
The box, actually, same boxes, Paul, as the other.
Same boxes, different item number.
Gotcha.
And you mastered the pantyhose with the
there you go,
the newer horror figure. Not the
that was a long time ago.
Right. That's a great detail that somebody should have shouted out. So I'm doing it now. It was actually good.
Yeah, and then every Joker in the style guide has white hands.
Yeah.
I don't know, even the ones that had purple hands in the past.
Right.
Have been like retro done, have like been reconned. So the Joker always has white hands. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I had to get permission to do purple hands.
Okay.
And somebody said, "Oh, why don't you do the mustache?"
Yeah.
Cesar Romero's mustache. All it would have done was look like it would have looked just dirty. Just dirt lines over his face. So I'm like, all right, don't screw with it, okay? You put out a Batman and a Joker. The real quick, it's like we're putting out a Batman and a Joker.
Right.
Batman and a Robin. You know? Batman and Superman,
it's funny without. I'm sorry, Paul. Go ahead.
No, just I was saying, it gives a chance for kids to go into Big Lots and get a Batman and a Joker.
Yep.
Batman and Robin, because that's what my brother and I got.
Oh yeah. I mean,
we got Batman and Robin. I got Batman. He got Robin.
Yeah.
And I coveted Superman.
I think those figures always have to be available.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of the problem.
Every assortment or every other assortment
is retailers don't only want to see new and cool.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, let's put back in these, and they're like, why? We're done. Whoever's going to buy them, bought them.
They're like the evergreen. They'll sell all the time, no matter what.
So basically, you end up having to do variants.
Right.
Like I'll do another Batman for a future wave, and it'll look a little different.
You even saw Kenner, if they had gone another year, reintroducing Superman and Batman to the Superpowers line.
Yeah.
They had cottoned to the idea of like we can't keep them out of production. We need,
Right.
you know.
They had done individual small cards. I think sold in gas stations.
Yeah, that was Shell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually worked with the guy who did that promotion. He had every answer to it. It was really interesting. Shell way over ordered. That's why you can find those.
Okay.
In the United States, because he drove like a truckload over to the States.
Oh, really?
But yeah,
big. Nobody wanted them.
Yeah. No, but what I meant was they were going to introduce like a golden Superman and a new Batman. Like they were thinking of that stuff in the mid '80s because you couldn't be without the they were creating all these new characters, but people still just want Batman, and they always will. Yeah.
Mego kept it in production for 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I said that to Mattel, and they were like, "So you think people are going to want it?"
All the time.
Look, I did a poll. Well, not a poll, but a question on my video where we talked about that. Yeah. And I couldn't believe how many people want Spider-Man when you do Marvel.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like, well, yeah, that makes sense. That's I come from the world of being a Mego collector. I've seen a million Mego Spider-Mans. Mm-hmm. But I'm not, not everybody is me. And and I do understand that. I just was shocked that, it wasn't NFL Super Pro that people were asking for.
Well, I can tell you, doing all these shows and having the figures there, Batman will sell individually. He's the figure people pick up the most and buy individually. Beyond any other ones. It's amazing.
I know. When I was a kid, Superman was the man.
Yeah.
Batman was just the guy who hung out with a teenager who did acrobatics.
Right.
Not Dark Knight. He was not the coolest guy in the room.
Yeah.
And now, it's all Batman's world, and Superman's looked at as the Boy Scout.
Yep.
So,
Batman was voiced by Olan Soule back in the 70s, who was like, I think he was born over 60.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yes. And then later by Adam West.
Yeah.
And I noticed that too. I noticed that because when that premiered, I didn't know that there was a '68 version of it.
Yes.
And I picked that up right away, and then of course Burt Ward was Robin.
Right.
Yeah, that was the New Adventures of Batman, and then but West also joined the Super Friends cast.
Yeah,
just towards the last run when it was really tied into the Kenner show, and
Galactic Guardians.
Yeah, which is the one I was exiting from that kind of television, anyways. And
at that point, I was out of college, and
I was
out of college, money.
I think I was in the 9th grade.
Really?
Yeah.
In '85.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was in the aisles at Toys R Us in '84, handing Superpowers figures to my now wife.
Oh yeah.
Annie the Enabler.
Within a couple of years, I was trading Canadian cards to Long Island toy dealers and getting Megos in return.
Yeah.
Hey,
very cool.
Nice.
Cool
Paul, I think this is. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to interrupt anybody, but I think this is a legitimate question right here.
Okay.
So all right. So we made the removable mask. Okay. God, it's so beautiful. I mean, it really came out well. And they're so fabulous. It's like, why don't you do it with the mask molded on? Because it looks like Mouse Man.
Well, I can tell you why, though.
I love Mouse
why?
Some of us grew up, and that's the only man and Robin.
Exactly.
Okay.
Some of us youngins.
That's
never had a.
That's why. That's why.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they made them.
I was curious how easy it would be to make the molded mask.
Yeah, but I also want to point out that was the one that was produced for 9 of those 10 years.
I know, and it just breaks my heart.
Oh,
I had a removable mask to start, and it was so awesome.
Don't stop.
Well, I'd never heard of it.
So don't start one, No, we got to pay for that tooling.
Yeah,
so use that tooling.
So look at it this way: Batman, the Batman Mego, the molded, non-removable cowl. That was my favorite Mego, even though it was honestly, he he's goofy looking. He doesn't. I mean,
Yes.
he's as
He's
far
smiling.
removed from Batman as possible. But that was still my favorite Mego.
I know.
I don't think I could have handled the removable cowl. I would have lost my mind. I was like, oh,
My head would have exploded.
I would have
Take his
lost
mask off.
the
I can put it
removable
on. I can take it
cowl.
off. I can put it on.
7-year-old
I
strut,
just learned
yeah.
to do my own clothing.
Right.
When I first got them, I'm like, I can take the boots off and put them on.
Yeah.
You can take his cape and cowl off and then walk around the Batcave with just the outfit.
My uncle would always tell me when they first came out, he had a removable mask, and I was like,
You're like, "You're lying."
You probably thought he was full of stuff,
Listen,
right?
you're
Yeah,
lying.
it sounds like
he
sounds
was
like a story
his
an uncle would
nose, his
say.
face was blue from the mask. I was like, man, get out of here. I was only like 6, 7 years old, and I'm thinking, this dude, but hey, he knew.
My Migos could walk by themselves. Yeah, sure.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. So,
Anyway, I mean, listen, the great thing is the people at DC, Warner Brothers, are very cool. They're very into this.
good.
I've explained, this is the good news is I know who did the artwork. I know what the source material is.
Okay.
I can pull out and say this image came from the Our Way Studios sticker set.
Yep.
That was done by Murphy Anderson.
Yeah.
As a promotional piece, so there's no comic it comes out of, but
Right.
being able to give them that pedigree helps them say, okay, we can use it then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So,
justifying
that's
their
Neil
existence.
Adams, Batman. That's Carmen Infantino. That's Irv Novak.
So, that's an awesome gift that you can provide, to make these things happen. It just makes that journey a little bit easier instead of going down a road that.
Yeah, but because of the Mego guys, because on the museum, for years, guys have been finding the source artwork
Yeah.
and putting it up. That makes me look. It makes it so much easier for me to go and do a PowerPoint to send to Warner
Right.
Brothers.
Yeah.
And they go, "Oh my God, you've actually researched all this. You know where the And I take credit for everyone's work. By the way.
Chris Franklin does a lot of that. It's amazing.
It's awesome. And Ben Holcomb doing the book where he said that was what's his name? Jamaican, Mike Jamaican.
Jamaican. Yeah, actually that was from our interview with Neil Kublin.
That was absolutely key.
Yeah.
To be able to name the guy who at Mego.
He was actually at Licensing Corp of America.
Okay.
Yes.
He co-created Thundercats.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. That's how I always thought it was spelled Jamaican because it's from a transcription that we had on, and I transcribed it. But yeah, when I was reading up on Thundercats, it's like Licensing Corp America's Mike Jermakian, and I was like, that's who Neil was talking about. His former teacher.
So all that research, all that legwork, did not go in vain. That's how we got the 50th anniversary boxes.
Okay. Very cool.
And I sent an original Robin box to the factory to make sure they hit that color. And that they had the insert a real insert to work from.
Oh, that's why I've got that original Robin box from Chinese eBay.
Hey, they did the job.
So, and Mr. Huckabone seems to, for what it's worth, seems to have his knowledge is strong within that one too, because he actually named some people from Mego I never even heard of before.
Oh, the stuff that I found on the floor of his office once was like, no one's ever seen this dude, and he's like, I know.
That belongs in a museum.
Yeah.
He made a really good impression on me,
and
he was pleasantly crazy.
Yeah.
I hope to have many more encounters with him.
Whenever I get I've been waiting 6 years for he's got a prototype World's Greatest Superhero that I know about, and every time I see him, I joke about when am I getting that photo? He's like, oh, real soon.
Hey,
just hold on.
And then he showed me the Fonzie prototype. Did you guys see the original sculpture of Fonzie at Mego Meet, and he's like, and I was like, dude, I put that on the museum 3 years ago.
I was going to say,
we've had this conversation. He was like, he thought he was going to blow my mind.
Right.
What happened to your buddy that I know you had lunch or dinner with him, but he didn't come. He's the guy that always
Corey.
like the
Corey had a prior commitment, so I had lunch with him, and he gave me a 1970s photo album full of cool UFO clippings, Gore King of the Terrans, and Universal Studios taped tour, among other stuff.
Wow.
I already had like enough stuff that if I'd come home from any Mego meet with, I would have been happy with.
So I got a Paul question when it has to do with halls and stuff like that. Now I knew you flew and stuff, but are you? I mean, at this point, is there anything out there besides what you're currently doing that even excites you? As far as like vintage stuff, and when you go to a show like this, or you just know better not to walk out into the water.
It's to the point where I think I've kind of gotten over really looking for anything. I almost feel
wish
like
I could get there.
In the casino too many times.
Me too.
I did buy a few things, but they're all related to Mego projects. I quietly pick up something, but for myself, I don't really collect anything anymore. I only live for Mego Corp. Anything I do is with an eye towards.
Well, let me preface by saying, if you're ever in Paul Clark's house, you'll know why he says that.
So
the man has everything, anything Mego you can even dream of.
Please, in this group, come on. I'm sure.
So here's the thing. Now I'm going to rewind all the cameras and see what he picked up and try to connect the dots.
You've got access to that, eh?
No,
I have to admit, I really don't, because, like I said, when you're flying, you just can't pick up ball busters because you're just not going to get in the luggage.
Yeah.
Actually, worse. Scott Arnson came up to me with 3 bags of figures I'd bought from him before. And I'm like, oh, crap, I don't even know if I can fit these in the luggage.
Yeah, right.
But,
that's funny, man, because currently I missed a bunch of G.I. Joe from him.
And that's why I don't fly anywhere.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry, I hate driving to Ohio.
It's
other than my 2-hour
I'll tell you something.
Spa day, I don't really care about driving at all.
Custom spa day.
Custom spa day.
So the Brian,
yeah.
I seem to have something from you.
Oh yeah, I would just go out with. I did a promo for issue 11. It's going to have some great content in it, Mego content, very much. In fact, I've got a question or two for Marty. But I just put this together, and I'm a geek for movies, so I hope you enjoy.
He means that sincerely because I'm trying to get it now. I guess I should.
I'll keep going.
Yeah, just keep talking it up, and we'll be right there.
While we're
Until
waiting,
it awkwardly cuts in the middle of mid-sentence.
I want to drop this real quick. If you guys are in the area of Warminster, PA, September 2nd and 3rd, we will be at ZoloCon.
Damn.
Warminster, PA.
Yeah. Is that the same place as last time?
That is the same place, Paul. Yep, the same place. The Fuge in Warminster, PA.
The
Fuge.
Great. Sounds impressive.
Mego
it's like an old silo.
Yep, it's like an old silo Air Force
someday
something, man. It's a really wild place, but they have a great turnout.
Mike invited me this time, and I really wanted to go. He gets amazing traffic. He was telling me at the Mego Suite.
Yeah, fantastic.
Unfortunately, I have a kid to take to college that day, and that just trumps a toy show. Sorry.
you gotta have your priorities straight.
Yeah.
Right. So September 2nd and 3rd, Warminster.
He throws a good show.
He does. He absolutely does. Yep.
Yeah.
So Frank, do you have any inventory left?
Yes, by the way. we
Not
don't
a
have
whole lot when you left.
we are sold out on quite a bit of characters, but we do still have inventory of some, and we will be putting on. We'll have 6 tables, so we will have quite a few new Mego figures on display and for sale. You kind of remember what we did last time, Paul, on the 3 tables.
Yes,
6 tables, so we'll have a little sampling of everything. We have
more of a presence.
Yeah,
I bought a case of like a little case, not a big case off you, Frank. And
yeah,
it's for a friend of mine in the UK. But I gotta admit, there's just after years of looking at this stuff and training your eye, walking by those lids.
Oh yeah,
it reminds me when I first figured out the Parkdale thing, and the guy who got all the superheroes was a guy by the name of Joe Levy.
Yeah.
He used to have a laundry room. And I just remember he had cases of Megos in his laundry room, and I could see all the tops of the superheroes.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like Requiem for a Dream, just those colors and those lids. And so when I got those in, it's like, oh yeah, that takes me back. Just seeing those tops was nice.
It's like it's like eye candy. It's just when you have them laying on the table, all the different colors just like blend. It's just perfect. It's like perfection. I can't explain it. You know what I mean?
It's fun.
It is.
And I especially because there was I had Riddlers and Green Arrows, and it's like that's those are toughies. You know?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, so Scott's ready, so I'm gonna tell him go for it. Anyways, thanks for indulging me on this promo. There's no sound.
Is this Oppenheimer?
Yes, it's Barbenheimer.
There you go.
Sound.
It looks great, Brian.
Thanks, but it had a really good soundtrack. Yeah, I just fiddled around with some Z-grade movie footage I know of, and
there you go. We could do voices or something.
Yeah, well, we could. Yeah, I could beatbox.
Exactly right.
Anyway, yeah.
It looks cool.
Yeah, this is my high school projects all over again. So yeah, this is a beautiful poster / cover by Chris Franklin.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he really knocked it out of the park. He totally understands. We're giving away a metal face air freshener.
Okay.
It will be grape flavored.
Nice.
Because I like grape, and they didn't have a BO option. And it's coming out next month. And
cool.
Yeah, thanks.
Cool,
dude. That was awesome.
Yeah, but there was no sound.
What?
Or was there sound?
Not.
Oh, you mean you did it with sound?
Yeah,
there's no sound.
I did it with sound.
We just imagined.
We were doing
we narrated it. It was.
Yeah,
funny.
I
It's
thought
like a
it was
commentary track.
Yeah.
Can you? Has my audio changed to you guys? Maybe.
No.
You sound
okay. Good, because so. Yeah, it has. Okay. So what happened is actually when I.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Brian. It wasn't supposed to be.
It's fine, dude. Don't worry about it. You can check it out on my channel.
Yeah, well,
if you want it with the Carpenter-esque soundtrack.
Now with sound.
The theme music was effective.
Yeah, it's okay, man. Appreciate the attempt. I probably should jet, guys.
Well, we'll lead off with you, Brian. We'll close it out with you. Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to thank everybody who came out, and me and Steve had a blast, and it was good to be back together and doing it again. Nothing's set in stone, so I'm not going to assume anything, but we have ideas. We got a few really great pieces of not advice so much, but people saying, I missed this and I missed that. Mm-hmm. You got to listen to these things because they're right. And I think we've got some ideas, but and we're really hoping to see a lot more of the old faces if we do it again. And but anyway, right now I kind of been sleeping a little bit. I don't know about you guys. It took me 5 days to do that video. I did a recap video on my YouTube channel. If you haven't checked it out, please do.
Awesome.
38 minutes long, which is a marathon for me. But anyway, thanks everybody, and it was fantastic, and it charged my batteries by also making me super tired. I don't know how that works.
And Brian, where can we get those pins again?
Oh, they'll be at the Plaid Stallion shop. I'll have an ad on the front page of the Mego Museum tomorrow, and I'll just explain. It's going to be a lottery with mitts. So I'll throw them in as many packages as I can, just because if you're supporting the museum, we want to help you out.
Very cool. Very cool.
Far out.
Kevin, how about you, sir?
Yeah, same sentiment. It was great to be back out there. Great to see everybody. Just really, like I said on the panel we did, got to thank my family. Definitely could not have done this.
Yeah, they were great. It's good to see them too. They are
for sure. Scott, how about you, sir?
I wasn't ready, but yeah.
We know.
So look, it's been a while. A lot of stuff has come and gone in those last 4 years. I got to say, it was great. It was absolutely great to see Brian, to see Paul, to see Brian and Paul, to see Kevin and Kevin's family.
Other
to
Brian.
See, exactly. To see everybody. There's a lot of people. Gregory Harris was there to see Scott Pierce, to see Jason Schiermeyer and Casey, to see James O'Brien, I went with Brent.
Art Balthazar popped in.
Yep,
great.
Michael Gilbert was there. Yep.
Yeah.
Brent was a trip.
Brent's fun.
Everything was meeting and hanging out with. Now I can't even think of his name. I already said it 3 times. I guess my quota for remembering the guy's name is gone. To see Marty and Joel again, have Marty come up to me and, hey, Scott, I didn't even know he was there. To call me by name instead of the other way around. He saw me first. It's got to happen again. My plan was this was going to be my, and then I have other things to do, but no, man, you guys messed that up with that Marvel drop. So, now I'm stuck. But I got to say, out of the whole thing, the one thing that just took me by surprise, and I'll tell this story till the end of time, is Steve Moore. What a, who knew that Steve and I share like this same interest when it comes to like this quirky music that we like.
Oh, I missed that.
Best music in the world, but still.
Cool.
I mean,
that's what happens when you hang out.
Oh, dude.
You actually find out a lot more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, we could have said anything. It wasn't no fake stuff. It was something that only if you liked it, you would have said that. And that was just great.
Yeah.
So it made the whole thing.
Oh, that's all right.
Very cool.
So,
yeah.
Very cool. Paul,
a definite reset.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Well, I mean, obviously, Mr. Blabbermouth had to give the big news away. I'm thrilled. I smiling about
got cats out of the bag, and you didn't do
it. I hope Marvel's as amused.
Yeah, right.
Hope they're not like,
screw them.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Who needs them?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, look, MegoCon is going to be there next year. Whenever they have it, that was a great show. That's exactly where we should be. Right around with other companies making stuff, that is a great synergy going on. Vintage dealers, the whole industry becomes one circle between manufacturing and reselling, and you get that great synergy. And I don't care. Look, I'd be perfectly happy not to have to schlep my parts, and just go and hang out. But if I didn't, everybody would be like, "Well, why didn't you bring your stuff?"
That's right.
So hopefully next year I'll ditch it all on Frank and make him carry it.
Oh, you're gonna bring the big suitcase,
like a jet setter.
Well, next year you got to bring the big
silver suitcase. Yeah.
If you start making stuff in your garage now, you might be ready.
Right.
Yeah.
Just a funny story before we go. I had messaged Paul just before Mego Meet. I had needed something.
Let's bring this up.
he says, I don't know if I'm going to bring it. I'm going to bring the China stuff. I ain't got time to make anything. And I don't know if
I'm in pain all the time. But let me make Batmobile parts for you.
So I'm walking by his table, and he holds out his hand, and he says, "Here, you needed this?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, yeah, great!" Then I grabbed him, and I start walking away, and he's going, $10. I go,
hey, fuck you, pay me.
I'm so sorry.
It's the Dr. Mego motto. Fuck you, pay me.
Yeah.
Money first.
But thank
parts later.
Thank you so much for taking the time to make those for me, Paul. Thank you.
That's the scary thing, is that's what I started 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Was any guy who needed a belt or a boot or cape.
Right.
I couldn't do this for myself. Some guy said to me years ago, well, why don't you just do this for yourself and make custom?
If you need them, guys, if you got Batmobiles missing pieces,
that's the grill.
That's what.
And then he showed me a picture of one headlight missing. And wants just the one headlight.
Right.
I'm like, seriously? You're that cheap?
That's cool.
You won't buy a set?
But hey, I want to say I want to just say thank you to everybody on the panel, everybody that was involved with this year's show. It was amazing. We couldn't have done it with everybody on this panel. We couldn't have done it with everybody out there. Thanks to Steve Moore. I want to thank Val as well. Everybody at PowerCon, everybody involved in Mego Meet this year. I thought it was a tremendous event. In my eyes, I feel like it went off without a hitch. Always look, we can do things, differently or bigger and better in years to come. So we appreciate, the feedback and all that kind of stuff too. But it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed being there. My family had a great time, and thank you guys all for being, welcoming to my family as well. Can't wait for next year, whatever that may hold. Looking forward to it.
Yep.
So, hey, I want to thank everybody out there in the Mego collecting community. I mean, I personally wouldn't be here without everybody's support. So it goes without me saying thank you guys. Can't even begin to thank you enough. But we'll keep this thing rolling, and we'll see what next year holds. So
awesome.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned, believers.
And congrats to everybody who won a mint tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
please send your address, and I'll get those out for you guys. But thank you guys. Thanks for everybody tuning in. And remember, ZoloCon, September 2nd and 3rd. We'll see you there, hopefully. Have a great night, guys. Make my Mego.
Cheers,
guys. But wait, there's more. Well, what could there be?
Not. Goodbye.
Don't deprive me of my exit.
Yeah, I got to go.
Okay, go, because it's going to take me a while to find my stuff.
All right, guys.
Okay.
See you.
Bye.
Yep. Bye.
Oh, yep. Wait. Oh, wait. Where's the damn... God, design. Oh, God, really? Everybody bailed? All right, Kevin, ready? Start singing. And a 1, a bouncy C, and a 2, and a 3.